Hi guys, and welcome back to Wolfie TV. And thank God we've got a midweek game, because that does mean that we can quickly forget, obviously, the result that happened on Saturday, and we can quickly focus back onto the game, a big game that we've got Tuesday night. Wolves taking on Crystal Palace, and we need that one last win, don't we, to get safety. You could probably argue that Palace are in the exact same situation, which I think is probably going to make a really good game. It's interesting to see that Julian Lopetegui has basically said that, look, we are only 6 points clear of that. Now is not the time to be complacent, because the gap can quickly close, can't it? It only takes a few big results from those below us to suddenly start be looking over our shoulders again and not really being as careful. And I do think at home against the Crystal Palace team that obviously have been a lot better since Roy Hodgson came in, but I still think at home it gives us a real opportunity to at least get something from this game. Of course, we do know, following on from the last game, that Mario Lemina looks to have torn his hamstring, but reports are saying that he was walking. He got a hamstring injury, I should say. But reports are saying that, he was walking fine, unassisted at the end of the game. So hopefully this does mean that he won't be out for too long. And, because he's been a massive, massive player for us since coming into the team. Of course, because it's only been a couple of days since the last game, there isn't really too much of a news. So let's go on and speak about our opponent, Crystal Palace, because of course, since Roy Hodgson has come in, they've found a real change in form, and they've also found a lot of goals as well. They're looking a lot more key in front of goals, and apparently the main reason for that is their players are starting to be utilised in the correct way. Certain players are being played in now their correct positions, and 76-year-old Roy Hodgson has really managed to make things click for Crystal Palace. They'll be coming into the game for some confidence, probably a little bit disappointed, actually, that they didn't get a win against a 10-man Everton at the weekend. I think just like us, they'll probably be a little bit disappointed about the result that happened at the weekend, and we'll be trying to rectify that. And just like us, getting over that line to try and almost guarantee Premier League football for next season. I think, similar to us, I fancy both of these teams now to get safe, get the job done, but it's just going to be a question of when. And I think both teams are obviously going to want that to be on Tuesday night. I think it should make for a very exciting game, the way that Palace play. We know that they've got pace within the team with players such as Eze, Elise, Ayu's playing well at the moment as well. And I think that should make for a real exciting game. Hopefully it'll be an end-to-end game as well. We haven't seen too many exciting games this season, have we? Especially before Julian came in. So it'd be nice to just have a real game where both teams go at each other, use their pace, use the skills that they've got, and, just almost throw the defensive duties out the way. Of course, that's probably not going to happen. Guys, just a quick one for me before we get back to this match preview. And if you've watched before, you already know what is coming. Please do me a massive favour, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already as well. And let's go back to speaking about this match preview. Let's move on to speaking about the team that I think we should play. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't make any changes by those that are forced, because of course we do know, as I mentioned, that Lemina is going to be out. So that naturally means that we should bring in Neves. Firstly, obviously, I was quite critical of Lopetegui at the time on Saturday when I was a bit angry, but thankfully the change was made because of an injury, rather than the change being made because of it being a tactical substitution. You do wonder whether this partnership of Neves and João Gomez is going to work. We saw it was all right in the second half, but maybe not as strong as the one between Lemina and Gomez. So I do wonder, will we see any slight changes because of that? I'd probably still stick with the same team, though. And interestingly, I know people have said about Diego Costa's fitness. You've got to wonder, maybe is that why we took him off in the 60th minute as well? So he will be able to then get another 60 minutes for the Palace game. I really do think we need him. We look a lot better team when we've got him. And I don't know who you play up front. Otherwise, maybe Cunha, but then you're probably going to have to bring in one of the other wingers. I think there's a possibility that we might see a change in attacking lineup, just to give, a bit of squad rotation, obviously keep people rested. You might see Bueno coming in at left back to give him a bit of a run out. I don't think we're going to see drastic changes, though, especially considering the players on Saturday that did come on, such as Neto. Hwang obviously came on. Christ, he was brilliant. And Podence as well. All didn't really make any immediate impact and didn't really say, oh, look, you're making a mistake not playing me. Be interested to see whether like Adama's going to get any game time as well. Maybe he's not being played now because, you know, we know that he's not going to sign a new contract. It's a little bit speculative, but I'm just wondering why suddenly we're not seeing him get so many minutes. And, you know, I do feel this could have it could be a game for him, you know, especially with the pace and the Palace team to mark it off against the pace of Adama. But if it was me, I'd go for the team that I thought played very well in the first half before the Sarr incident against Leicester, with obviously only the forced change that we've got to do because of the Lemina injury. So, guys, moving on to finishing off the video and speaking about my overall score prediction for this one. It's quite a short preview, actually, probably because there's not too much to speak about with this one. But I am going to predict... I'm going to predict a draw. I think Palace have got a goal in them. You know, they're quite an exciting team to watch, and I think they will get a goal. And I think we'll get one goal, but no more. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. It'll be a point closer to that Premier League safety, and it'll just nicely keep us ticking over and hopefully keep the gap between those behind us and us still looking nice and safe, and will mean that we won't get brought back into the depths of the relegation scrap. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what your starting 11 would be. Is there any players, given that we're playing obviously 3 games in the space of a week, that you would like to see get a run out? And obviously also drop your score predictions below. And if you haven't done so already, do me a massive favor, hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the match reaction. Take care. Goodbye.